But yeah, man, it's been a good week. A lot of things happening around the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Got some insurance people getting in trouble, so getting things out. Yeah, man. So it's kind of funny because it seems like a lot of people are saying it shouldn't have got how big it got. It's just some guy who did something wrong on his. It's a private matter. That's what people were saying.
Okay.
So and I'm like, I think, man, it's a little bit different, especially for him because he's a public figure,
Yeah.
and his image is a clean image. So I think that's why the interest is there.
Yeah. It's I hate using this guy as a reference, but yeah. R. Kelly said it. When a woman's fed up, man, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the thing, man. It's I don't know, man. I don't know if I should feel sorry for the guy or not. I actually feel sorry for his family,
Yeah.
That's how I feel. That's where it is for me, The guy fucked up, fucked up. And whether this thing's supposed to be out or not, hey, man, I don't know. I think she knew what she was doing when she was recording that.
I think so too. I think I get the feeling that there were other issues.
Exactly.
Of course, we don't know much, but
yeah.
I think there were other issues before that. I don't just see someone taking out a cell phone to record stuff.
Insurance.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. If it goes to court,
that's my insurance.
Yeah. But on a normal argument, I don't think Ogoti. People just whip out phones and record a disagreement. You understand?
No reason, yeah.
Unless you know that I might need this later on,
I mean, being the person that he is, I think that's also a factor that she knew what she was doing, it's like, because I mean, if you listen to the clip, she says that you ruined my life, you gave me an STD. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Whatever complications she had after that, and maybe that was her version of the STD, the video clip, to ruin his life as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one, and I'm thinking to myself, if I was in that situation.
Don't put yourself in that situation.
No, we're just thinking in general.
Okay.
Would I spill the beans? Would I say the name? Would you say the name? Because the way I look at it is that once you say the name, you're now starting a different conversation, right?
Yeah.
You understand? If you just took the bullets, if you took the fire on yourself, you get my point. I think yes, people are going to get angry, but once you go that route, there's another layer now that you're adding onto the confusion, if you want to put it that, I know the guy, he seemed to be, he was backed up into a corner, in a way, the threat that was there, in terms of his family, but taking out somebody's name.
Yeah, well, that was his decision, so he needs to deal with the consequences. That's, he made a decision to actually say the name, those are the consequences that he needs to live with now. And, at the end of the day, like, we don't know what the background story is behind it, but it is, I'm assuming that everybody knew that. Is he married, though? Is he married, or was it girlfriend, the mother of his child?
That's a great area, because it seems like, again, we don't want to, speak on their behalf, but just to put perspective, I think that's why you're asking to the story. It seems like it's his known partner.
His known partner.
Yeah, to come up.
Yeah.
So it could be with there's engagement or whatever. But I think when people are talking of him, they recognize her as a partner. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, is that judging from that, it could be that the other woman, knew about it. And looks like she's also in a relationship. I don't know if she's married or not, but she's also in a relationship. So these are two grown-ups that made a decision.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's out there, and they have to live with it now. That's how I feel about it.
and then the fallout from the work side. Because
that's why I call that the video, the clip itself. That's the STD that she gave him.
No, I'm talking about Uti. Assurance has pulled his
That's the
his
STD.
stuff.
That's the STD that the wife or the known girlfriend has gave him. It's like, you ruined my life. You know what I mean? I can't have kids now because of this. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give you an STD where you can't, your contract, maybe your chance of getting hired in the future.
So the question I'm asking actually is, do you think those guys, do you think the Outsurance guys, do you think, I think Express, the show, also pulled him out. Do you think it should have gotten there?
I don't know what contract he signed, but I mean, you're a public figure. You need to be a good, model citizen, and that does not go maybe with their, what do you call it? Doesn't go with their image. So that's what happens is when you're a public figure, is that you do something, when you're not clean. We spoke about it in our first episode. You know what I mean? You need to be clean. So if you're not clean, then we can't have this, because the thing is that there's a lot of allegations that are coming out of this as well. If you remember now, there's abuse. Do you know what I mean? And all of that. So no brand or no corporate brand would want to be involved with anyone that has that with them. So maybe that's until, you know, maybe that's where they're coming from. And if, I mean, I don't know if even if he's cleared, I mean, I don't see him. I mean, he did admit that he cheated. So I don't know about the abuse stuff, but still, you know, it's still, I mean, they justified where they're coming from for now.
I think they justified as well. Because even further on, personally, I don't think if he, okay, let's put the abuse side, because those are just claims. Let's talk about the
what we know,
philandering side, right? I think on that side, they've got something to say, because he's hired and his image matters, and especially because he's got that neutral, lovable, is not controversial. You know, we've hardly heard anything.
He looks like a sweet guy, man.
Do you understand?
He looks like a sweet guy.
I saw on Twitter one of the guys tweeted that, you know, when she told her mom, right, about this guy is in this trouble, her mom was disappointed because it was her mom's, you know, umtanami, you know, that type of image that he had with older people. And I think if he was like an ambassador for alcohol, no, I'm serious. I don't think that it would have gone that far. If he was an ambassador for alcohol, because I'll give you an example. We're going to talk about AKA, but we can just start with him now. AKA has been doing some foul stuff, you know, on social media and all of the stuff. So far as swearing at Casper's parents and everything like that.
Wow.
Yeah, on written, bro.
Does it?
Yeah.
Parents.
So,
damn, parents.
Yeah, wow. Tweeted, bro. So
yeah,
and not knowing the deal that he has with Cruz, but he's still working with Cruz.
Okay.
You know, they didn't push him away.
Yeah.
Do you get my point?
Yeah.
So, and as I'm saying, if this guy was having an ambassadorship with a liquor, I don't think he would have. I don't think it would have. And I think as well.
Okay.
And I think as well, if for instance, if AKA was found out that he was cheating, it wouldn't have been as big as it was.
Yeah.
But because of, I mean, he works with Espresso, Outsurance, and Tropica. Do you know? Yeah. All of those things are like family-orientated things, you know, and brands. You get my point. So I think that's another thing that they
and the hashtags just like went crazy, because you know when I first read the threads, everything at the end was like either hashtag Outsurance or tag Outsurance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So maybe that kind of also pushed them to actually make a decision quick, fast. No, because that's not the kind of publicity you want as a corporate brand or company, you know.
Exactly. And to think, Uguti, because I followed it like intensely.
Yeah.
Outsurance trended first and longer. So it ended up, Outsurance was trending number 1,
Yeah.
and number 2 became the Outsurance guy.
Damn.
Number 3 became his name. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
So Outsurance was number 1
Yeah.
in the trend. The Outsurance guy. They don't even the guy.
Because I didn't even know his name as well. Honestly speaking, I didn't even know his name until that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they are probably like saying we can't support this. We
can't.
can't stand
Yeah.
close to this because we're gonna get a backlash.
Yeah, they're gonna get roped in as well and say, "How do you feel about?" Do you know what I mean? So maybe that's one of the reasons why they listen. Let him deal with his personal life or stuff, and don't involve our brand or our company in this, because that he did out of his own accord, not, you know what I mean? But just that he's the face that we know.
So the other thing now, which is tricky about the story, is the STD part, right?
Jesus.
STI or whatever, whichever way that you want to put it. And it's tricky because he's got a partner. The lady who's outside, it's like she's got a partner, right? So if he says, this is the person that I've been messing with, right? Where does the STD come in? Or it comes in some way, but it's a confusing story. Is it coming from the lady? Is it coming from the hubby of the lady?
Well, we don't know how long ago the STD happened. This one, all right? And I mean, the clip says that you even gave me an STD. I don't know if this is like other instances where that had happened way before this one, because I don't even know how recent the girl, the new girl, well, I don't want to say the new girl, the girl that the other girl, I don't know how recent that happened, you know. And according to him, he said once. It only happened once. You know what I mean? But that was such a quick response from him. That was such a go for response. It's like, how many times? Like once, only once.
But we always say once.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that even that is questionable. But if it's there's no telling if it's from the girl or it's other partners that he's been with, you know, because it seems like from what I read, it seems like this is not the first time. This is what that he's been.
Well, what I got from the conversation is that she's saying, because at one time she's saying, "Don't protect this person. Why are you protecting this person?" And I'm saying, and from that, I'm getting the feeling that she's saying, "This is the person that has done this to me, as in I'm sick now, and you are protecting them."
All right.
And then that's when he had to now come up with the name. So back to what I was starting off with. All right. It's a tricky situation now when you have to start thinking, who's the baddie who brought it into this entanglement that is happening up in here, right? Because now it can be, it seems like the only person who's got a clear is his partner, right? Because we don't know about the other people, we don't know about the girl, we don't know about him. If maybe this girl is not the only one, right? We don't know about the girl. Maybe he's not the only one, including the husband. We don't know about the husband.
That's crazy.
It's a mess, man.
And that's how it is.
It's a mess. I wish him the best, but
I don't wish him the best, man.
I
don't wish him anything, man. I'm just saying, I wish the best for his family. That's all. Yeah.
What I mean.
You used to lie in it, man. You made a bad lie in it, bro.
What I mean by wishing him the best, I think, as much as people do some like really messed up ish, he's getting what is coming to him. When I say I wish him the best, I wish after all is said and done, and he gets what is coming to him,
he grows.
He grows out of it, and he can actually
grows from this.
He can actually pick up the pieces, because I think, again, we're going back to the way I know the guy from where I've seen him. He rides a lot on his clean image to actually get the work done. So once you now kill that, right? What else? He's got acting skills or whatever he does, but everyone else has that. And the one-up, or one of the most one-up that he had on his competition, in the industry, was his clean image. And now that is at risk, all right? Of course, he says, he brought out a statement saying that the lawyers are going to be handling it. So, at the end of the day, there's also, kids that are involved in this thing.
Yeah.
From either side, from the lady and from his side.
Yeah.
So hopefully, it doesn't drag on. That's the first thing. Hopefully it's chop. Hopefully it gets to the end, whichever the end was. You get my point?
Yeah.
Because you don't want it to drag on when
they need help.
Yeah, when there's little people that are involved in that, and little kids can be bullies as well, So they go to school and they meet.
That's what I'm saying. I feel sorry for the family that the kid, the boy, and I mean his son and his wife. This is what, but this is. So
when I say I wish him the best, I just say I wish it quickly goes. He must get whatever is coming to him. I'm not saying that it should be light punishment or whichever way. Whatever way they sort it out. But I think
the truth must come out.
I think that the quicker it is, the better for everyone.
Jeez, he can't even pull a Rihanna. He can't even pull a Rihanna. Do you know that?
What's a Rihanna?
A Rihanna. See now, one thing. No. You know with Rihanna, when I say pull a Rihanna had a very clean image before. Do you understand? And then she announced it before she became the bad girl. When she did that album, Good Girl But Gone Bad. Do you understand? So when she announced it, I'm not saying she's bad, but when she went on the wild side of things, do you understand? It was like, oh, this is what she meant. It was a good girl gone bad. So I was like, he can't even pull that because he has, we know him as a clean person.
Oh, even so, he doesn't have an avenue. Rihanna has music to do that. What does he have? He's
got the twang, man.
No, but he doesn't have he doesn't have a show where he can, try and re-image himself.
I'm just saying,
no, I agree with you. I'm saying he can't do it because he doesn't have an avenue to do it. He doesn't have the music.
And this does not help.
He doesn't.
And this does not help him right now.
What?
What just happened with his life? I'm just saying this is
no.
Not
it's a mess.
It's a mess.
It's a mess. Tory Lanez got in a mess with Megan Thee Stallion, with the shooting.
Yeah.
Tory Lanez has an outlet. He made an album trying to explain his side, right? And that's what I'm saying with this guy, that we're gonna have to see him in another gig to actually maybe see if things have changed, if he's improved. He doesn't. He can't write down a song and start singing and trying to explain his side.
No, it can be a motivational speaker or something, or speak against cheating, or I don't know, something like that. Speak against cheating. Speak against the consequences of cheating. He can be. But
even with that, he still has to rely on other people's platforms.
Yeah,
he doesn't have his own. Like, he can't make a CD. He's not a singer. He can't make a. He's not a podcaster, He can't come on to his show and say, guys, this is my side of the story, this is what happened.
But people will listen to that. I would listen to that if he makes to make something and say, this is my side of the story, this is what happened, I think I would tune in. Wouldn't you?
I don't know.
I would, because right now we're speculating.
I'll tune in. I'll tune in after the thing is done. Once it's done and finalized, whichever way, he says he's involving lawyers. So if it's going through the court case, once that is finished and everything is fine, then if he wants to talk about it after that, I'll listen to him. But at the moment, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right because he's then gonna be using his name because all the other people that are involved in the story don't have a bigger name. He's got the biggest name. That's why it's a big story. It's because of him.
That's why I think that I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is that if he had to announce today that, guys, I'm gonna be spilling everything tomorrow, everybody will watch that. Even now.
Yeah, you asked me. I said, personally, I wouldn't watch it. Me personally, because I don't think it's. I don't think that the scales are even for every party that is involved. The Megan Stallion and the Tory Lanez story, it's a fair game because Megan is a rapper and the other guy's a rapper, so they've got a similar stature and a similar platform that they can express themselves. If his wife says she wants to talk, or if the husband of the other woman says they want to talk, they won't get the same
Why not? Why do you think that? I actually think that.
Abaziwa, bro. Let's be honest.
I mean,
no one knows
if that lady says to me, "I wanna set the record straight," what happened? I think people would tune in.
Yeah,
the other lady.
I don't think it's going to be in the same numbers as.
Are you looking at the numbers? I mean, right now we're talking about you and I are having this conversation from something that we saw on Twitter. Do you understand? From something that we saw on Twitter that was posted by who? It wasn't posted by him. Do you understand? And it's big news. It's one of the biggest news in South Africa right now. So why, if he had to say, guys, I want to set the record straight, do you know how many people will follow him? If one of those people that are involved in that, I think that people will still follow that. Because this is a story we've been talking about that was posted on Twitter. Yeah. So now if it's coming from the source itself, either one of them, I think that people will want to know. Because we've been talking about it from a post that came from we don't know who.
Yeah, but it's the main thing is that it's because he's the face. So I'm saying if he has to do something, if he has to come out and say, I want to say something, right? I think most probably, as you say, there's going to be a lot of interest. And also, people will be willing to listen to him, which going further will be willing to trust him, whichever way he swings it. If the other people bring it up on the story, I just feel personally it's
for me it's not about trusting or believing what he's saying, what he's going to say. But I'm saying is that we are just interested to hear what he has to say, not to convince me or anybody else that if what he's saying is true or not. But I'd like to hear his version of his side of the story.
I wouldn't.
That's
what
I want to do. Yeah. No, I'm just saying is that if he had to come out tomorrow and say, guys, I'm gonna sit down, there's a recording I'm releasing about what happened, even on Instagram Live or anything, and say this is what happened, I would tune in. If he sets the time and says on this day, I was like, okay, guys, this is what happened. This is what blah blah. I would tune. Even the ladies themselves, the wife or the mistress, if they had to announce something like that, I think a lot of people would want to tune in just to hear their side of the story. Because I mean, I saw that she even wrote the lady, the mistress. She even I saw. I don't know how true it is, but somebody sent it to me on my WhatsApp and like a screenshot where she says something about the STD. I can't remember what she says, but her and her husband. I think she said husband. I could be paraphrasing, but her and her husband are actually seeking counseling right now over the situation. You know, so I mean that's how much interest this thing has become, because people actually we didn't even know who this lady was before this Katlego guy. Yeah, you know. So
back to your question, Leon. I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to listen to the guy. I would only listen to him after the case. And I think, and the only reason for me is that...
Is there a case? When you say after the case, is there a case?
There is a case.
What is the case about?
It's the abuse case. There is a case.
So it's got nothing to do with the cheating now. It's something to do with...
There's an abuse case, and there's a separation case. They're separating, they're dealing with lawyers.
For custody?
Yeah, well, I don't know what they're fighting for or what they're discussing, but there are lawyers involved, how they're separating. So I'm saying... once those things are settled, whichever way they fall, then I'll want to listen to him. I don't want to listen to him before then. Yes, it makes for good public discourse and people talking about it, but I just think, for me, to be fair to everyone, I would want to listen to them. Not them, him. I might want to hear the other people's stories, but for him, I wouldn't want to listen to him. And yeah, people might have, interest, and if he says it's going live, they'll probably break, the IG live record for SA, live streams or something like that. But I mean, I wouldn't want to listen. But
the thing is that, if he doesn't come forward and say, I want to do this, other people do it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't hold much weight if he doesn't say anything. He needs to say something.
I think
it doesn't. He needs to say, because he's the one. He's the face. He's the reason why we're talking about this.
I don't think he has to say anything, man. I think he must just let the process go through, because even if he does talk, he's turning up the volume. It doesn't mean that people are going to believe him. It doesn't mean that it's going to sort out anything. in their lives, and also I don't think it's going to bring us any closer to knowing the truth because it's just going to be his version, right? So hence I'm saying I don't want to listen to him.
No, we were talking about reviving his career, like what I said, Rihanna. That's what we were talking about. I'm not saying he needs to say it just to clean to prove himself not guilty or anything. But I was just saying is that his next move would be that. Just the same way that O.J. Simpson did it years later, where we made a book, you know, If I Did It. That's what I was talking about. I was not talking about this is what he needs to do. I'm saying is that I'll be interested to hear his side of the story if he had to do something like that.
Now, right
I mean,
now.
anytime. Yeah, why not now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Me, I'll wait for the court case. All right. So hopefully, like I say, man, getting back to the struggles of the story, I just hope it gets to the end quick, you know, because there's people that are getting strays. And they're getting strays and they're not involved in any of that stuff, right? So yeah, man, and look, I don't advocate for, you know, what he did and all of that stuff, and I think whoever has been watching what is happening, you know, you get a sense of how things can go really wrong if you mess up out.